China began the 19th century still confident of her superiority over the rest of the world. Her population numbered 400 million. Her empire controlled the world's biggest economy. China enjoyed a favorable balance of trade with the West, receiving great quantities of money to pay for its silks, porcelain, and above all, tea. By 1800, the British consumed 10,000 tons of tea each year. So much money poured into China that a Chinese trader became the richest man in the world. Haokua, one of the few officially allowed to trade with foreigners. All foreign business was channeled through designated warehouses in what was then the world's largest city, Canton. But now, the age-old economic superiority of the East was under threat. Britain had found a product to reverse the balance of trade: opium, grown on the hillsides of newly conquered India. The British invested massively in the manufacture and distribution of the drug, trading it for China's tea. Opium was already eating away at China's social fabric. That damage was made worse by Britain's commercial muscle.
Poison, alas, has been allowed to creep in unchecked, till at last barbarian smoke fills the market.
The British shipped opium to the Chinese coast and up its rivers, penetrating almost every artery of the country. The stability of Chinese society was threatened. In 1839, the emperor appointed Lin Tse-su to stop the trade.
臣林则徐恭请圣安。林则徐，我派你为钦差大臣，到广州去查禁鸦片，事关国家安危，你一定要把这件大事办好。
Lin wrote to Queen Victoria.
Suppose there were people from another country who carried opium for sale to England and seduced your people into buying and smoking it. Certainly your honorable ruler would deeply hate it and be bitterly aroused.
Lin's appeal got nowhere. Instead, he tried to paralyze the trade.
所有外国商人应将自己所有鸦片全部缴关，以免巨价干结，以后来船再不敢夹带鸦片。如有带来，甘愿鸦片没收，人际正法。
He took 350 British merchants into custody and ordered them to deposit more than 20,000 chests of opium near the temple of the three Buddhas. Thousands of balls of compressed opium were taken away, thrown into trenches, mixed with lime, and flushed into the Pearl River Delta. The British would respect nothing except force. The ensuing war led China to defeat and Britain to shame. In the British Parliament, William Gladstone criticised the government.
A war more unjust in its origin, a war more calculated to cover this country with permanent disgrace, I do not know.
The man who helped negotiate the terms of China's capitulation was Hao Kuo. He died a year later, a broken man in a shattered world. Held at gunpoint, the treaty negotiations were a one-sided game. Every Chinese move failed. China was forced to hand over 21 million ounces of silver. She had to pay for the war that Britain had started. 5 Chinese ports had to be given up to the foreigner. Britain gained Hong Kong. Other Western nations exploited China's war wounds. The industrial powers moved in to acquire trading concessions. After defeat, China was invaded by Western ways. On China's doorstep, foreign merchants lived in grand houses on boulevards, like those of Europe. 150 years later, these buildings have now been reclaimed. Hong Kong has been handed back to China. Lin Se-chu is celebrated as a national hero. And the Opium War is replayed as a game.